What's up, everyone? Welcome to my show. Um, Sorry if I drink a lot of liquid as I talk because my voice is starting to go, and I was rubbing Gizmo's belly, and all his fur is everywhere, so it's making me like itch and scratch, and I'm like, oh god, because he will not let me relax and do this video unless I rub his belly, and he just took off, and it's just everywhere. But this video I want to talk about a few things that are important in a way. As of right now, I don't have anything in the mail. I mean, I have stuff coming in the mail, but nothing came in the mail, at least not yet. It's still pretty early. I might actually get something later. I don't know. A lot of things coming around. But what I want to talk about is some good things and some bad things, so I just want to kind of get it out there. Hang on one sec. Sorry. Like I said, my voice is starting to go, and this fur is everywhere. God. But anyway, good things is that Amazing Spider-Man 29 I got a chance to read it. It didn't fall apart in my hand, so that's a plus. It was a really cool storyline, well, story issue or whatever you want to go for. It's very cool. Very happy to have it in my collection. And like I said, I've been kind of pretty lucky with eBay lately. I've been getting a lot of really cool things really cheap, which worries me because the amount of luck I'm having is scary. Because I'm waiting for the clouds to open up and frogs come down, because whenever I get kind of good luck on something bad has to happen. It just seems to be that's how it goes with me. I mean, a lot of people aren't superstitious like that. I'm not really, but the track record can't be denied. Whenever something like that happens where I have good luck for something, I'll get just an equal amount of bad luck. So it's kind of like the Furies are balancing themselves out. So we'll see. But on to the interesting bad stuff, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little pissed off, and I wanted just to kind of discuss it and just put that out there, I guess, in a way. Keep thinking I see stuff move. I'm losing it. And like I said, I'm itchy from the cat hair. Ugh. Getting paranoid from the cat hair. Anyway, like I said, this is what I want to talk about mostly. A friend of mine who I've known for a long time, since high school, back in the 90s. That's how old I am. Wasn't really into comics. Like he didn't hate them, but he wasn't like, he didn't collect them. He didn't go out and buy comics. He knew who certain people were, like Spider-Man, like kind of like me when I first started Spider-Man, Hulk, stuff like that. But it wasn't his kind of thing. Like he was just kind of like, all right, he would listen to the stories, like, all right, yeah, and he would come over and hang out. We'd play video games. He'd look through the comics. And that's pretty cool. I was like, oh, you should read that. Yeah. Because back then, a lot of old school people know it was. It's not forbidden, but it was almost like a secret hobby. Like you didn't want anyone to know you collected comics because people would just give you a hard time, unlike today. Well, in a way. But about a month before I moved, so this was like 2 years ago, my friend had stopped by. I told him I was leaving. He's like, all right, hey, it sucks, but keep in touch. I've known you forever. And he was looking through my books, like, I really kind of want to get into these, but I don't want to get ripped off. I don't want to get screwed. I don't want to, And I was like, any questions that you want to get? And I was like, just ask me. I was like, I don't mind helping. I'll do the best I can. And he's like, yeah, I'll think about it, and I'll let you know. And then a month ago, he had texted me because, nobody calls each other anymore. And he's like, listen, I want to get into comics. How do I start? How do I start off? Like, how do I get into this stuff? And I said to him, like I said, I'm very truthful when it comes to stuff. I'm very blunt with it too. I was like, are you getting into this because you want to get into it, or are you getting into it because you want to try to make money? And he's like, well, what does that mean? I was like, well, there's two things. I was like, there's nothing wrong with trying to make money off comics. I don't see the whole the problem with it. The only time I ever get a problem with it is when you go into a comic book store and you want to buy a book and somebody bought like 15 copies of it because they're going to sell it on eBay, and you get screwed because you can't get it and you just want to get it to read it. That's when it pisses me off. I mean, if you buy two, it's fine. If you buy three, it's fine. But if you're buying like more than that, it's a little nuts. But anyway, that's not the point of the thing. He's like, no, man. He's like, I want to get into it. I want to read it. And he's like, I remember an Amazing Spider-Man you had. It had the Green Goblin on it. I'm like, well, that helps. He's like, I think he was fighting the Hobgoblin. I was like, all right. I was like, McFarlane. He's like, yeah, I like looking at that, and I wanted to get that one. Which one is that one? So I said to him, I was like, it's number 312, I believe. And I was like, I was like, it's not too pricey right now. I was like, so you got, we got a good shot at it, because he's like, I don't want to spend too much money on it. I just want to kind of go into it slow. Sorry, I'm itching the cat hair. Yeah, Gizmo. And he's like, also, I don't want to jump in the middle of something. I was like, well, you're kind of going to do that anyway. I was like, no matter where you go, you got to get a starting point, unless you're starting at number one, and even that sometimes you're starting off in a thing, like a storyline. So yeah, sorry, cat fur is everywhere. Jeez, I shouldn't have rubbed your belly, Gizmo. But anyway, so he goes out and he buys a few books and he gets back to me. He's like, listen, I got number 312, I got 307, I got 306, I got 309, I got a couple ones. And he's like, this is what I paid for it. Did I do all right? I'm like, yeah, you did pretty good. I was like, you didn't get ripped off. I was like, you didn't overpay. I was like, so, good job. He's like, I read a couple of them. He's like, I really enjoyed them. What do I do now? I was like, well, it's up to you, man. I was like, you can go to another character. You can stick with this character. You can do what I do and try to fill up your collection. I was like, figure out what you want to do. I was like, there's tons of things you could do. And he's like, oh, I want to make a video. So I said, all right. I was like, again, are you doing it to make money or are you doing it because you want to do it? He's like, no. He's like, I watch your videos, and he's like, and I read the comments, and I want to get into this, and I want to learn. And when he said that, I was like, all right, cool. I was like, there's nothing wrong with making money. I was like, but if you're trying to get on here because you want to be this huge internet superstar on YouTube, it's not impossible, but it's very hard. And I said to him, I was like, you never know. I was like, it could happen. I was like, you could, it could blow up, and you could be like this huge, guy. I was like, and don't forget your friends when you do that. He's like, no. He's like, I just want to do it for fun. I just want to learn this stuff, and I want to get into it. So I had mentioned, excuse me one sec, sorry. I threw a few channels at him. I said, hey, you know what? You want to see some cool stuff? You want to learn some stuff? I was like, these are the people. I was telling him, like I said, top of my head, Hero Hunter 81, Why Not Art, Hippies Collectibles, Captain Strange Life, Kimpy 204, Reader 1717, Dynamite Crip, Comic Hijinks, Comic Book Guy, what the hell's his name? I'm sorry, I'm freaking losing it. Comic Hijinks, I said, Comic Guy Rules, that was it. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Doc and Howlett, Custom Brown Star, Howler Mouse, DaCosta DC Comics, Greco Fabulous, King Joe. Who else was I have on there? I said Why Not Art, I think. Why Not Art if I didn't say it. But yeah, there's a few. I said, did I say Hero Hunt anyone? I think I did, yeah. I can't even remember anyone. That's how bad it's getting with names, so sorry. But I just mentioned a few of them. I'm like, they're really cool people. I was like, watch the videos, put a couple comments on there. I was like, and they'll be more than happy to help you out. And he's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do that. And he contacts me a couple days ago, and he's like, I put a video up. Can you check it out and tell me what you think? And I said, yeah, you're all right. Now, this is a guy who never had a YouTube channel, never collected comic books until recently, and it's his first video. So I watched him, I'm like, hey, he did a pretty damn good job. I was like, you could just see that he was excited to buy the comics, which is cool. It's always a plus. He's like, these are the comics I got, and the first thing off the bat on the video was, I'm just starting, I want to get into this, I just want to know, I want to learn about these characters, I want to learn what to avoid, I want to learn this, I want to learn that, this is what I got so far. And he would show the books, and he was opening them up and showing the page, like, this is what I like about this, and this is what I like about that, and, this was a really cool fight here, and I love how the guy did this and did that, and it was cool. It was a pretty damn good video. I have to give the guy a lot of credit, even though he's my friend. I'm not going to blow smoke up his ass. I'm like, you did a good job there, Chief. So I put the comment on there. I was like, yeah, this is awesome, and he's like, oh, he puts a comment back, what can I do to improve it? I was like, what do I know? I was like, I don't make the best videos. I was like, but I think you're doing a pretty good job. I was like, keep it as is. Just be yourself, do what you're doing. It's like, I appreciate it. Now, like I said, this is how it goes, and it's going to get into a lot of things here. It's going to be a long video, probably. 2 days ago, or a day ago, I can't remember what the hell, I'm losing track of days, too. He texted me, he's like, can you check my video again? I said, sure, why, what's up? He's like, can you just take a look? He's like, because I don't understand. And I was like, all right. So I look at his video, and he's got, no subscribers, which, okay, other than me. So he had one subscriber, and I was like, he knows it didn't, you're not going to take off, whatever. But on the comments, there was like 70 to 80 comments, and I'm like, wow. And I didn't get a good look at it at first. I'm just like, wow, I was like, that's a lot of comments. And I'm looking at it, and all it is just horrible, horrible things that people are saying. And he's like, I don't understand. He's like, what's the problem? What am I doing wrong? And I'm like, it's not you, man. I was like, it's just the way people are, like, you know, trolls and stuff like that. He's like, oh, geez. He's like, oh, you know. And I'm looking at it, and it's horrible. Like, these people are putting things, like, most of them you can just tell how trolly they are because they don't even have, like, a real full-out YouTube account thing. It's, like, Anonymous3 or some weird thing. And he's like, what the hell is it? One of them said, like, you're not a real collector, you know, you're a piece of shit. Sorry for the language, but that's what was on there. Who starts with Spider-Man? You only have, like, 6 comics, and, you know, you're a wannabe geek, and, like, all these things. And I'm just like, wow. Then it got, like, really bad, where it's like, you should go kill yourself because, you know, you're a loser, and you're trying to get into this for the money, and you're trying to do this for that, and, you know, you're not one of us, and all this, like, weird shit. Which is funny because back in the day, like I said, I'm dating myself. Back in the day, nerds were always like, one day they're all gonna want to be with us, and we're gonna, you know, And that day came, which is creepy because not many people ever thought it was gonna happen, where nerds would almost like rule the world in a way, or comic books would ever do what they did and become like this huge thing. But it happens, and the problem with that is, a lot of people that were picked on or whatever it is back in the day are very edgy when it comes to things, because it's almost like a sport person in a way. Like, I know people that, you know, take sports religiously, where it's like if their team loses, it ruins their day. Like, they just can't function. Like, oh god, you know, the Yankees lost or whatever, and I can't get through the day today. Oh my god, which is insane, you know. But hey, there's people out there. I envy you in a way, because I don't think I have anything that I'm that, like, you know, where it would ruin my day, you know, kind of thing. But hey, some people are just very passionate about stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. It really isn't, as long as you don't take it too far. Now, these people, like I said, like, people hold, like, us comic book people, not everybody, but most people, they hold their characters very sacred. Like, you know, like me, I hate when people mess with Spider-Man. You know, they change something, I kind of get, I'm like, you know, but then I look at it through a different way. I'm like, all right, well, that makes a little more sense. You know, really, you break it down, you're like, okay, you know, and nothing's forever. Nothing ever stays the way it is forever. Like, you're never going to have anything the way it was or the way it is, or it'll never last. You know, you never know. Things could change back just as quickly as they change, so always remember that. But for me personally, Spider-Man's not real. I mean, he'll always be up here and in here because, you know, Spider-Man's my favorite character. But he's not a real person. He's not like I go to his house and, hey, Spidey, are we hanging out today? What are we doing? You know, what's going on? You know, you busy? You know, how's Mary Jane doing? You know, stuff like that. It's not real. It's like it's a fictional universe. It doesn't exist. It does and it doesn't. I mean, it's real, but it's not real. If that makes sense. Like, you can touch the paper, so that's real, but you can't physically go into the comic and hang out with your character. In your imagination, you can. It happens. You know, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But, like, if somebody came into my house and with a shotgun and said, I'm going to blow away your family unless you give me all your Spider-Man comics, I'm not going to say, hey, you know what, might as well start with that one right there and kill her off first, because I'm not getting rid of my comics. It doesn't work like that. I'm not that insane. But anyway, he's like, I just don't understand why people were so mad at me. And I was like, they're not mad. I was like, it's just the way people are. I was like, some of these people, I was like, most of them, I was like, 90% of these comments are, there's everybody after me again, I was like, are trolls. I was like, and they got nothing better to do than to go on to things, especially with people that are new to things, and just bash the hell out of you because it's trying to make them feel better, I guess, or they're just really bored. Which I told them, I was like, I don't get it either. I was like, I don't know the whole point of trolls. I don't know why they do what they do. It's like, what are you getting out of it? You're not getting anything. Like, if you put a thumbs down on somebody's video, what does that do? I mean, do you call the trolls and go, hey, look what I did. I put a thumbs down on this video. I'm cool, right? Yeah, man, you're cool. I did it to somebody else. No way. Yeah, all right. I don't know why a troll sounds like a surfer, but hey. But sometimes it does take it way too far when people, you know, like, put death threats on there, or they, you know, get people's information and they take it to a whole new level. Which, again, I don't understand the reasoning for that. I don't know what you're getting out of that, other than be a prick. I mean, my information, there's not much that really can be done. I mean, like, I don't have any money, so you can't really steal anything. And I was like, if you want my debt, go right ahead. You can have that. But just people are just pricks in general. Like, not everybody. Like I said, it's not everybody. But then you get some people on there. I mean, I don't really remember the names because I wasn't really paying attention. But it was nobody that I know. Just saying, like, you're not a real collector, and you're not this, and you're not that, and, you know, this isn't for you. And it's like, how do you know? You know, how do you know how would you know he's not a real collector just because he only has 6 comics? I consider that a collection. Hell, I consider if you have more than one thing a collection, I even consider one thing a collection because you're starting. You don't just start with like 100 comics. I mean, if you could, you never know. I mean, some people can. You don't know the situation. But like I said, it just pissed me off because they're bashing him, and he got to the point where it only lasted a couple days. He took his channel down, he got rid of everything, and I said to him, I was like, dude, don't let people get to you like that, man. He's like, well, it's a little ridiculous. He goes, I just wanted to, try to learn. I'm like, that's not the. I said, that's not the point. I was like, the thing is, if you want to learn, stick with it. I was like, go to these channels, ask these people questions. I was like, or find your own channels and ask people questions. I was like, that's how you learn. You got to ask questions to learn things. That's the only way you're gonna learn. I was like, if you want to ask me questions all you want, I was like, go right ahead. I was like, I don't have a problem with that either. I was like, but don't take your channel down because a few assholes want to start with you on stupid things. And, he's like, well, I don't know how to answer them. I was like, then don't answer them. I was like, if you don't know the answer to a question, you don't have to. I was like, you can even make something up if you wanted. I was like, but why answer them? Why they give them the satisfaction? And I told him I was going to make a video about stuff like that because, like, he was pretty bummed out. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to keep on collecting because of this. And I said to him, I kept saying, I was like, don't let that deter you from, collecting comics. Like, if you really like them as much as I saw in your video, you can't let these people stop. I was like, what are they really going to do other than hide behind their keyboard? And I was like, you're a real person. Obviously, they're real people, or whatever. I was like, but they're not going to stop you from going to a comic book store and picking up a comic or ordering a comic online. I was like, that's you who is stopping you. I was like, if you're going to let people do that to you, then that's up to you, man. But, yeah, he was pretty bummed. But, throw this out there to people, like new collectors and everything. I've made videos about this before, but, don't let people, tell you they're better than you are or they know more than you or anything. Because everybody doesn't know everything. Like I said, everybody doesn't have everything. I've seen plenty of videos where people have so much stuff, it's amazing, but they still don't have everything. And again, you don't know people's situation. Like, don't judge people. Like, I've seen friends of mine when I used to hang out at their houses, and they'd be watching videos that I used to watch, and they would judge people like, oh, how'd that guy get that? How'd you get, an expensive comic? I'm like, you don't know, man. I was like, you don't judge people like that. I was like, you don't know what their situation is. Like, the guy could have been saving for like 8 years, and finally got enough money to get that book that he wanted to get that he's been waiting for. I was like, or maybe he got, money in the mail or inheritance, or he, somebody said, hey, here's a birthday gift. I was like, you don't know. And I was like, you can't, judge people on that. You don't know how, you don't know how much money people have or what their circumstances is, so you can't go by that. Me personally, I luck out from time to time. Like, I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I mean, I live in a townhome. I'm very thankful for that. I have, a cool wife who's, not a prick. She gets me in a way. She doesn't always like what I do, but she gets what I do. I have a cool dog and a cool cat, so I'm very happy. I'm not not homeless. I'm not living out of my car, which has happened, and I'm very thankful I don't have that anymore. But I'm not rich. I don't have like thousands of dollars to buy an Amazing Spider-Man #1. I'm in I'm not even in the middle. I'm towards the lower end, but I'm not upset about it. And like a couple of my friends are like, oh well, doesn't it piss you off you don't have that many subscribers? It doesn't piss you off you don't have that book or you don't. I was like, no. I was like, I like watching the videos and seeing people get stuff. I was like, because I learn from it, and it also makes me want to go out and try to get it that much harder, I guess, work that much harder to get it, or try to get a really good deal on it. And I was like, that seems to be getting me a lot lately. I'm like, ooh, I can get that cheaper. Ooh, and I don't see it the other way. Where I was like, if I have subscribers, I have subscribers. People like my stuff. I'm very happy for it. I'm very happy people have stuck around. If I lose subscribers, it happens. It's just the way it is. I try my best. I do what I can. Like I said, I don't know everything. I mean, I do know a lot about Spider-Man, but everything else is kind of iffy. When I was a kid, I was like a freaking sponge when it came to that stuff. Like, I knew first appearances, I knew the number, I knew the date it came out, the year, I knew everybody that was in that book. I could tell the entire story. But now it's like it's all blur. It's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff rattling around in there that occasionally it comes out from time to time where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. But just for everybody out there, like all new collectors, like seriously, give people respect, that they deserve, and don't judge anybody by anything because, like I said, you don't know anybody's circumstances. You don't know what they're going through. And just try to have a good time. That's what the real point of the whole thing is to have a good time and collect something you like. And it's a cool hobby. It really is. It's an expensive hobby. It can get really expensive. But it's a hobby. Some people it's their life, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that, but people just gotta relax. I mean, don't go after people just because they're starting out and like, oh, you're not a real collector. What do you know? Don't do that to people. You don't know. Um, like me, like a couple things I have. Like I started getting into toys again, trying to get toys, and I get trolls from them like, oh, you're not a real collector. I'm like, whatever, man. I don't really care. This is what I'm getting because I liked it, and this is what I had when I was a kid, and I like to have them back. Um, Even though it's not the exact toy I had when I was a kid, it's not mine. It's the memory, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to kind of throw out there and tell my friend that not to really worry about it or to you know take it with a grain of salt with people because it's just the way things are. That's what sucks. It's the way the world is. Some people are just pricks and they just like to give people problems and trouble and try to start shit and you gotta just let it go and all the trolls out there, get a better hobby, man. Go out and do something better than putting thumbs down on people's things and giving them a hard time. It's freaking stupid. All the trolls out there, they're just a bunch of losers who've got nothing better to do than just try to make people feel bad. And good luck with that, a-hole. And that is it. Like I said, I want to also say it again. Thank you to all my subscribers who have stuck around. I did get a question. How come I don't put out that many videos? I did put out a lot. Like I said, I've been backed up a little bit with them. I'm finally all caught up, which is cool. I'm waiting for stuff to come in the mail so you can get videos on that. I will be making that X-Men one, top 50 X-Men comics, but I got to wait a little while because there's a couple things I want to do first, and then get it together. Plus, the way my work schedule's going, it's kind of hard. So I do try. I don't just pump out videos to pump out videos. I try to make them relevant, I guess. Or if something happens or something that I think is worth talking about, I like to put it out. But yeah, that's about it. So remember, it's not the size of your kid that matters, what you have in it. And thank you all for watching and listening to this lovely rant. And hopefully it'll make people better people. Maybe not, but who knows. Later, everybody.